I have an idea. Why don't we just take all these sanctuary cities and all these sanctuary states, okay? Let's all pool some federal money and some other state money to get the people who want out. And put a big fat wall. Put a big fat wall around them all. Let them have their illegals. Let them have their protests. Big fat wall and just fucking 86 them from the country. Like they're no longer part of the U.S. Like no benefits, no federal assistance. No, we're not going to let you transport goods across our fucking state line. No, we're not going to let you use the lake that we rest of us use to transport goods out of our nations and into our country and into our state. No. You can't use the interstate because you're no longer part of the country. That's what we should do. We should literally just like forcefully remove them all to the West Coast. Put a big fat fucking barrier, dude. I mean, I hate to say it because the Pacific Northwest is gorgeous and that's my home. I'd never be able to go back. But at the same time, I'd rather be able to be alive somewhere else and living my best life than what the left wants for us. So we just need to fucking forcibly deport them all to the West Coast, shove them all over there, help the people that don't want to fucking live with that shit out of there if they want, and put up a fucking wall with, I'll volunteer. I'll volunteer to stand on that wall and shoot motherfuckers. We'll straight up have it freaking East-West Germany style, dude. We need to get rid of these motherfuckers. Straight up, because if we don't get rid of them, they're going to get rid of us. Don't think they won't. Don't think they fucking won't. The moment that these motherfuckers ever get in power again, it's going to be Retribution City. Retribution City. I would not be surprised if they went back into social media and got fucking this video right here and other videos that I've done and that you've done, or even just watched, and start coming after you, putting us in fucking prison, because you already know. They are the true fucking Nazis. They are the continuing 1,000-year Reich that Hitler was promising. All the fucking propaganda about that shit is not true. Adolf Hitler was a fucking left-wing lunatic. He believed in fucking disarming the public. He also believed in my way or the fucking highway. And he was fanatical about just Germans, just Germans, just Germans. You know, I'll give you that. But really everything that Hitler has done is the left playbook. It is straight out of fucking Hitler's. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to get started on it, especially because it includes the... And I do believe that in some essences, you can call me a piece of shit if you want. I believe that a lot of history is falsified. And if we just look at modern day going on right now, Israel, it's kind of the same thing going on. Oh shit, got a big old wasp. Get out of here, wasp. Oh, fuck me. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Big fucker, too. It's kind of the same shit if you look at it. And I mean, it's not like no other race on the planet in history of mankind is, people really tried to attempt to wipe them off the face of the map twice. I don't know. I'm not saying that I don't believe in that. I don't believe in genocide. That's fucked up. So let's get that off between the straight of us. But at this point in time, I think fucking forcibly remove them, dude. Give them their own fucking country. They'll have the West Coast. They can deal with their own shit. They'll have water. They'll have trade. They have growing. They have all the shit that they need. Just put up a wall. Keep them fucking over there. Let them start their fucking leftist fucking American shit over there. And let them. And you know what? We'll just start deporting all the fucking criminals to the other side of the wall. Since they want to support him so much and let him out and think that Bale's racist and, oh my God, everybody needs a second chance. So let's let the guy that's beat the shit out of 15 women, murdered 4, did time in prison out and he killed somebody. Oh, but it's okay because he's black and it's racist to put him in jail. Yeah, you don't believe that shit's happening? Come the fuck on, man. What do you think the no bail policy is? Do we listen to the shit? That was why they brought it out, because Bale was racist. Like, y'all think that fucking people like me don't remember word for word some of the shit that's come out. I do. And the only reason I vote for Trump and support Trump is because you lefties are fucking crazy. I do not want to live in a socialist communist utopia that you think is going to be, because it never ends that way. I can't explain it any better than fucking picking up a goddamn book and do. But you refuse. You've been brainwashed. That's all you fucking do. In 50 years, Trump will be dead. Pick a fucking lane. You don't tell us what you're going to do for the country. You don't say, the reason I am trying to do that. You are just in denial and blame Trump. Look at what's going on in Los Angeles. That's all they did. Oh, LA's fine. We need just more street lights. We just, this is all because of Trump. I mean, seriously, it came out of the motherfucker's mouth. It's not because of Trump. You don't need more streetlights. You need to clean up the drug addicts. You need to fucking send some where they can get help. You need to prosecute criminals, regardless of the color. You need to clean up the streets and get rid of Skid Row and quit fucking letting it... I mean, do you deny that there's piles of shit and people taking shits in plain view? Do you deny that just down the street there's a goddamn tent city on the fucking sidewalk? Do you deny that going to Hollywood you take your fucking life into your own hands at night? Can you deny any of this? Because you know what? I seen it with my own 2 eyes. Fuck, you people are fucking stupid. You are so full of hate for a fucking singular man that you refuse to look at reality. You refuse to look at something that's right in front of your fucking faces. And you continue to cast your votes to turn our fucking country into a third world fucking shithole no better than fucking Somalia and shit. And all the while, Trump. I blame Trump. It's Trump's fault. Trump. And nothing happening in LA is Trump's fault. Yet, and the words Trump shouldn't be coming out of anybody's mouth. But yet there they are, the Democrat, ramen. Like, are you fucking serious? Fucking top ramen? Come on. And Bass? Really, you want Bass to still stay in there after what's gone on? How many Americans are dead due to the fucking no bail policy? How many piles of shit less on the street? Human shit. Have you seen? Are there any less needles? Are there any less A-framing motherfucking addicts in the streets than there was since Karen Bass? The answer is no. The answer is no. Yet you're so blown away by anything that's connected to anybody that's not you is now Trump. That's how far you've gotten. Now, anything that isn't connected to you, the left, or any of your ideals or political beliefs, you just say it's Trump. That's all it is. Trump. Dude, if you people don't know how fucking insane you sound. You're voting on did Trump go take a dump on the fucking street? No. Did Trump go and shoot up on the side of the road and throw his needle down on the ground for your kid? No. Hunter Biden's more likely to have done that. Is it Trump that's sending people to sleep in your doorways of your houses, to pitch tents in your fucking yard, to break into your stores, to break into your homes and face minimal if no prosecution? No. Was it Trump that fucking had you people vote for no bail because you were told bail is racist? Because it keeps black people and minorities in prison longer because they can't afford to get out? No, that was you. Trump had nothing to do with any of that. Trump had nothing to do with anything that's happening in LA right now. It is a local election. Yet there they are. There's Bass and fucking Top Ramen talking about Trump again. They won't admit that there's piles of shit on the street, but they won't deny that their policy is what caused it. Then they say Trump. Because that's all they have to do, is say Trump. And you lefty crazy motherfuckers, you guys fucking suck it down like goddamn bass hitting a fucking top water lure. And then you wriggle and you fight against reality. Because it's not Trump. It has nothing to do with Trump. That is all they talk about. They've got you by your fucking balls. And got you thinking anything that's against what you've been told to accept is Trump. Oh, they're not pro-LGBTQ, they must be Trump. Oh, they're not this, oh, they must be Trump. Oh, they don't want this, they must be Trump. They don't like socialism, it must be Trump. That's where it is now. Everything that the left says and the Democratic Party says, if nobody, like myself, I don't fucking like Trump. The man's a fucking piece of human garbage. But compared to what he was saying, now don't get me wrong, I'm not happy with it, but name one president that you've been 100% happy with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not defending him for any of the fuck-ups that he's done. But what I will not do is deny what the fucking Democrats did before the man got back in office. What they've done to the man before he was even trying to run for office. And the non-stop propaganda that comes flying out of both sides, but predominantly the left. The right-wing propaganda is making fun of the left. The left-wing propaganda is fucking crazy. It's insane. All they have to do is make a meme that says something about Trump, and the left grabs it and runs with it and thinks that it's real. Anyway, I don't want to continue on because I'm just going to start repeating myself, but my fucking God, get an identity. Figure out something that you want to fucking do for this country. And not Trump. You got to figure something out. You got to be like, my plan for this country is to do this. My plan for this country is to give all private property away and give it to everybody so nobody has anything. We're going to be the great workers' party of America. At least that would be saying what you were going to do, which is what you're trying to do anyway. But you would say that. And that would be at least a plan, right? But you won't. It's just Trump. That's all you do. You're like a retarded rooster. Trump! I swear to fucking God. Just make a plan. That's all you gotta do. Make a plan that is based in reality. Make a plan that a majority of the people of this country want. Sorry, you can't please everybody. Make laws to protect certain groups of people that have been fucking persecuted. I'm not denying that the LGBT, ABC, 1, 2, 3 people haven't been fucked with. But they've just taken it too far at this point. Now it's like part of the left's identity is to try to tell your kids about this stuff in schools. All right, I don't have a problem with having clubs that are LGBTQ friendly or even exclusive within the schools. High school, okay? But keep that shit out of elementary school. All right? Now, me personally, I don't like to see the commercials of it all the time. All right? But hey, you know something? Freedom of speech. Just because I don't like it don't mean that it needs to be stopped, you know? But there are points that you've taken it above and beyond, okay? A whole month of pride? Okay, why? Why? Name one reason why you've been persecuted. Well, you know what? Marines got spat on and beat and had their shit stolen during Vietnam, okay? So you're talking about, we've been persecuted. So for a long time, Marines were called baby killers. I don't know if you know that shit. Yeah, they fucking called us baby killers. All right? Do I think that I think the pride is good? Yes, I do. I don't disagree with being proud of who the fuck you are, regardless if I believe in it or not. And the only thing about the whole alphabet group that I don't believe in transgenderism because it's not real. It's not real. Homosexuality is real. It's there. It's there. You can't, it's there. It's been there. It's there in every fucking mammal on the planet. But there are no transgender animals unless some weird mutation happened. Okay? And maybe that's where we're at. Maybe it's part of natural selection. Doing weird mutations within, I don't know. And I don't care if you're transgender. That's your choice. If you want to go lop off your wiener, go for it. If you want to go get a mastectomy and go from Roberta to Rob, go for it. I'll even go so far to try to be nice about it. And I'm going to be nice because I'm not an asshole. I'm not going to look at you in the eye and be like, oh, well, you're not this, that's this. I will call you a neutral dude. Okay, I'm from California. Everybody's fucking dude. If you want to be called bro, my friend Chris. Okay, Chris identifies as like he, she, her, him. I don't know, but Chris doesn't like guys. But Chris is the homie. She's awesome. And I call her dude. I call her bro. And that's how it is. That's how I treat her. And she's fucking rad. And even she's against a lot of the stuff that's going on. You've taken it too far. Back the fuck out of it. Don't make it part of your identity politics. People will fucking let it go. Get rid of the racism. Quit trying to use race baiting as identity politics. Because I have known more racism in the past fucking 10 years than I've known my entire life. I'm half-breed, man. I grew up in an Indian town having a white dad and a fucking native mom. You want to know racism? Come the fuck on, bro. I'll spare you the details, man, but it was rough, okay? I learned how to run, how to use shit to dodge around because my cousins. After that, when I got bigger and I couldn't outrun them, I had to learn how to fight them. I had to learn how to be able to defend myself. And I learned how to fight dirty because all my cousins and shit were older than me. Bleed the white half, beat out the white half, yeah. So you don't want to talk about fucking racism, dude. Fuck you, I've lived that shit, all right? I don't agree with it. I think racism is stupid, all right? Do I believe in statistics? Yes. Do I believe that people have the right to be prejudiced, prejudgmental? Absolutely, dude. If I see a fucking black dude cruising down the street, okay, let's just say, and he's got African colors on, you know, the orange and the red and the green, or red, yellow, or orange, yellow, and green, or Jamaican colors, Rasta colors. If I see them cruising down the street and they got their hair all done up and freaking man, do you think I'm like, oh my god, there's a black person? No, I don't think nothing other than, dude, I like that fucking outfit. What's up, baby? How you doing? Because I talk to everybody because I like people. Okay? Now let's reverse that situation. Let's just say I saw a fucking 17-year-old fucking little black kid cruising down the street holding his fucking pants up at his fucking waist, just below his waist because his fucking shit's down to his knees and he's doing the fucking cripple walk and shit, dude. Well, I was raised that's called a thug. And when you see a thug, you have to expect a thug to act like a thug, to be exactly who he is representing himself to be. So if I see the thug, I'm going to be like, well, there's a chance that thug might try to do something to me, to hurt me, to rob me, whatever. Nowadays, there's no reason. Nowadays, the thugs just fucking attack motherfuckers for no fucking reason. There's no basis or purpose of the attacks. Sometimes they just do it. Like the fucking motherfuckers in Seattle that beat that old man with a hammer. Like, fuck, why? There's no reason for it. Like these fucking ones that push motherfuckers on the tracks for no reason. Because they push black people too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason. That's the kind of shit that I look at if I see a crazy motherfucker, white, black, Mexican, pink, purple, polka dots, they don't matter, out there going nuts, dude. I'm going to avoid that motherfucker too. Just like you probably would as well. Because those people are unstable. They can snap and start beating the shit out of you. I don't engage in road rage because that crazy motherfuckers are out there. I live my life on the one piece of advice that my mother gave me. Bless her heart. Rest easy, Mom. She passed a while back. I don't really talk about her. When I was young, she gave me a very good piece of advice. And she said, son, you don't ever fuck with people you don't know. And the reason why you don't fuck with people you don't know is because you don't know what they're capable of doing. And if you see something, it's just the whole better to say something nice, shut your fucking mouth kind of fucking concept, If you can't say nothing nice, shut your fucking mouth. That's how I live. I grew up and I've done that all my life. And I've managed to avoid countless instances of violence because of it, because I saw it. I was pre-judgmental about what and who I was seeing, and I acted accordingly. Okay? Nowadays you can't trust any motherfucker. So I don't. I'm always on guard. I've got my... What the heck is that? Oh, I just got a little baby here. Alright? Well, Gwen's definitely staying outside. I don't trust motherfuckers. I don't. Unless I know them, and even then, there's a handful of people that I trust that I know I know who they are. You know what I'm saying? I've known them for 20 fucking years. I'm not saying that fucking people I haven't known for 20 years haven't changed. My friend David Lance was his real name, and I used to give him shit about it sometimes, Lance. But he was mega Christian, dude, which is just fine. But he was my bro, and it's been a few years now, like 5 years I think now. But I get a phone call from my buddy Callisto, who I haven't heard from for fucking years too. Hey, I think David might be dead. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, a Tempe. I got a call from this person who was connected to this person, and allegedly. So we checked it out, and sure enough, he had, after 18 years of sobriety, decided he was going to start using heroin again, which we all know is not heroin, it's fentanyl. And it killed him. He died A-framing on fucking Mill Street in Tempe. People filming it, watching him die. And then after he's dead, they stole all of his gear. He did wire wraps like I do, and he sold stones. I got him into it. And yeah, they stole all of his gear, and they stole all of his fucking wraps and all of his stones. Yep. They left his dog to die in the sun. Luckily, somebody came along that knew Nightshade and rescued Nightshade. And saw Nightshade, and then saw David and called the ambulance, tried to resuscitate him, didn't work. And I'm not going to say his name because I know he's real private about his reality, but he did everything he could. But no, David passed because he decided to, do some fucking heroin after 18 years. So yeah, people do change, people do fuck up, don't get me wrong. But Anyways, I'm getting off track. I believe that we should have the right to defend ourselves. I believe that we should also have the right to feel and to express how we are without being called a name or one of the ists or one of the other, you know, 4-letter word names that are out there for motherfuckers, you know? Like, I'm so tired of hearing MAGA, 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 MAGAs. All the fucking, so tired of it. It's like that's all that you guys do is just obsess over Donald Trump. And I mean, I'm not going to start the whole video all over again because I just went over all this shit and I'm chilled out because I took a rip of my herb and it kicked in. But man, you guys gotta do something, man. Like, I mean, me personally, one of the ideas that I would have is this, straight up. Criminals go to fucking jail, go to prison, they stay there. Violent criminals, non-violent criminals don't need jail or prison. It fucks them up. Not the first few times. I'm not talking about probation or anything like that. I'm talking about like assistance within the community that could be provided for first-time offenders to try to change that. There are ways to do it. You know, statistically, putting people in prison just makes more criminals, and I believe that. But I also believe that there's a certain group, certain number of the percentage of the population, of all races, by the way, who are just predestined to end up in fucking prison. And if you do drugs, you're probably going to end up fucking robbing somebody or breaking in or stealing to get your drug fix in. And that is making a victim of somebody. Prison. Okay? I would make sure that our borders were secure. There's a process to come in. And here's one thing that I would do that would blow most people away is fuck NATO. I would pull us out of NATO. I would pull all of our military bases from all around the world. I would shut them down, bring all of our military here and focus on regional security. I would draft up a plan to invite Mexico and parts of South America, if not all of South America, to become part of one giant continent to where we could share resources right fucking here. We have oil. Venezuela's got oil. There's oil down south. There's silver. There's gold. We got it all, baby. We got lumber. North and South America united could make a very profitable nation. And then there's a problem with all the racism shit, dude. Now we're a fucking nation of multiple different races, multiple different countries, multiple different ethnics, multiple different cultures. Beautiful, right? And we have, imagine being able to go to Peru without a passport. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. Bam. Nationalized healthcare. All about it. But only if you work. If you're a stay-at-home mother, that's a different story. If the dad shows that he's working, doesn't matter how much he makes. Nationalized healthcare because he's going to pay into it. And don't get me wrong, have the option to get better than nationalized healthcare still through all the fucking insurances and stuff. But everybody who doesn't have it, why you ask? Do I think the homeless don't deserve it and stuff? It's not that they don't deserve it. It's that there's no hi. What's going on, Meadow? Oh, where's you up there? See your buddy. Go play, Gwen. It's not that they don't deserve it. It's that a lot of those people are going to continuously get themselves into situations where their health is the last thing on their mind. They're using drugs, they're drinking. The taxpayer should not pay, in my book, for a new liver for a guy who's been drinking for 30 years because he has psoriasis. No. There's another man who's never drank a drop in his life who has a family that has psoriasis, and in my book, he should get that liver before the fucking drunk does. Okay? Bare minimum medical for homeless and addicts and all that shit. But at the same time, I propose that prisons should be reserved for a place for violent, dangerous people of our society. I propose that we remove the connection between money and the county and the jails because they're connected, and that's why the cops how gnarly they are. I believe in removing qualified immunity and having the exact same thing that we have to deal with as a people. Cop shoot somebody, 12 random people of a jury with an ultimate civilian person that's picked, kind of like a jury, jury duty, that reviews it all and unbiasedly makes a decision on whether that cop extended what he was supposed to do, didn't do it right, was a piece of shit, or was he 100% legit in hurting or shooting that person? But I believe qualified immunity needs to go away. Rapists and pederasts, upon the second conviction, death. If it's without a doubt, like forcible, fucking horrible rape of a woman, dude, or a child, immediate death upon conviction. I believe that they should be put down. And I would stand by that. I don't care what color you are, I don't care who you are, death. If you rape a woman or rape a child, death. I don't care if the kids... I'm sure there would be age stipulations in there, and I know it sounds bad. Not stipulations for how young or how old. I'm talking about stipulations about when the person doing the assaulting really could legitimately not be murdered for it, because it is murder. It is, regardless. It's a justifiable murder, but it's murder. You know, for that. I mean, if they're diddling little kids, yeah, I'd get rid of them. I mean, if it's like a fucking 25-year-old banging a 15-year-old, well, you know what? 5 years in prison, and go on a national registry. And if you fail to register in that national registry, if you fail to notify law enforcement on your release about your house and fail to know your neighbor, to tell your neighbors you're a fucking pederast if you bang some fucking 15-year-old girl, even though it's a 10-year difference, I believe that if you don't do that, then yeah, you should be fucking returned to prison and you should do life. Okay? Yep. I mean, I don't think we should kill you, but you should do life because you're already proven that you're dangerous. Any violent crime, right to prison. It doesn't fucking matter. No bail, no fucking, oh, he's a first timer. None of that shit. Age, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't care if you're 12 or if you're fucking 50. If you use a gun, a weapon, or if you kill somebody, if you hurt somebody while committing a violent crime, you will be removed from society permanently. No more fucking 5-year sentences, 10-year sentences for the drunk who fucking hit a minivan and killed 5 people. None of that shit. You're drunk, driving a minivan, you hit a fucking kill 5 people, you're going to prison for the rest of your fucking life. Mass shooters. I'm not talking about gang activity because that shit will be addressed by putting them in jail and keeping them in jail as soon as they're caught. You get caught with an illegal firearm and you're a known gang member, right to jail. I would also make being a gang member a fucking federal offense. Just like they did down in El Salvador. If you're a known, obvious gang member, dude, you're going to get picked up and taken to jail. Boop, up there goes the teen takeovers. There goes all that shit, because all those people, I would call that a gang. I would define that as a gang and pick up every motherfucker there, and they would all go to prison. Mandatory minimum of 15 fucking years for that shit. Every gangster gets 15 years in prison. Not a day fucking earlier, not a day fucking, well, a day later if they fuck up in prison. You know? But one fuck up in prison, one gang related fucking anything in prison, and it would be instant life in prison. I would clean this country up. I would allow people to have their exclusive clubs. I would allow them to open up LGBTQ based schools and allow nobody except for them or anybody they wanted in there. But I would also allow regular public school systems to be able to not teach that kind of curriculum and to prohibit and make illegal that kind of curriculum in any kind of school that's not an LGBTQ based school. I would say if the blacks want to have their own school, they get their own school. If the Asians want to get their own school, they can get their own school. Everybody can get their own shit. No racism here. No racism here. Let them all have it. That's what I would do. That's part of it. I would focus on our country. I would focus on trying to expand our country into South America, bringing them into the fold, applying the Constitution to everybody down there. I mean, why not? They all try to come here, right? What if we went to them, expanded our nation greatly? Think about it. Think about all the resources. Canada's fucking lost its mind with Trudeau and shit. So I don't know if I want to bring Canada into the fold. I think they would just cut them off. That's personal. Alaska? Well, I mean, it's part of the U.S. It did belong to Russia at one point in time. I mean, I would have to get some advice about Alaska, whether or not to, how to treat Alaska. I'd be honest with you, I'd probably keep it. I'd try to keep it. Hawaii, I would return Hawaii to the Hawaiians and make it a U.S. territory. So then they get all the benefits of the Constitution, but they could rename their island. They can choose their own leaders on the island. They could choose who visits their island and who doesn't visit their island. Same with Puerto Rico. Even though they're a territory already, I would allow them to pick and choose who could come there, not based on their amount of money, but just based on like the economy, how the island is doing itself, its own entity. Just like on Hawaii, too many tourists fuck shit up. I would give that opportunity for those islands to be part of the U.S. territory, but to reclaim their independence and govern their own island as they did back then. As long as it fit with the Constitution of the U.S., no slavery, Hawaii could elect their own king. And they would still have to abide by the laws of the U.S. Constitution, but they could make their own laws at that point. The Hawaiian royalty could come back into power and make their own laws. They could hold a giant freaking, I would love to see that, dude, it would be a democratic thing, a democratic republic of Hawaii of their own. But they would come together, and I want to see them elect a king, whether it's bloodline or if it's just a new king that they all respect. Have a big giant, wouldn't that be awesome to watch Hawaii go back to their own roots and culture? I have friends who live there. Man, that's all and a lot of Hawaiians, I know they feel that way. They're like, we are not part of the United States. We are the independent kingdom of Hawaii. And the reason I'm not saying it like that and talking like that is I'm a Hawaiian. So I, as a haole, have no business talking like Hawaiian. That's a big common mistake that people make when they go to the islands or they go to other places. They try to be that culture. They try to be Hawaiian. They try to be Puerto Rican. And I say Puerto Rican because I know that's how it's pronounced. And say hablo español muy bien. I don't speak no Portuguese really. I understand it, but still, Hawaii and Puerto Rico, they're their own. They have their own realities before we brought them into the fold and made them, in case of Puerto Rico, U.S. territory, and Hawaii, a state. I believe that yes, we should maintain a military presence on the not on the Big Island, but on Oahu. Keep our military base there because that's a great deterrent. I believe that we should we should make it a little bit more active. We should put like a big interceptor fleet out there again, because I just pulled this out of everywhere. Let the rest of the world burn. Let them do what they want. If they don't touch us, then fucking fuck them. Because if we could bring South America and North America together as one giant continent nation, we wouldn't need anybody else. The resources that we have up here can go down there, up here, they're farmland. Dude, think about it. Dude, we got the Panama Canal. We could be like, nah, hell no, dude. Allow the world to come through it, but charge money. A big fat fee every time anybody ever comes through the Panama Canal. A big fat fee that would go and benefit the taxpayers. That would go to making more infrastructure in places that it was shitty. Trying to bring more modernized infrastructure to places like Brazil, not Puerto Rico, but like Brazil and Panama and other places like that. Venezuela, help them get on their feet. There's resources down there that we could totally use. And I'm not talking about going down and raping the rainforest or nothing. I'm talking about managed resource management. We have big timber up here. There's timber down there. There's oil, there's silver, there's gold, so we can still maintain ourselves in the global trade. And I'm not saying cut off all trade out of the world. I'm saying cut off all military-based trade. So if people want to travel, they can. I'm just saying that we need to quit playing world police and focus on our own. We need to make sure our kids have education. We need to make sure that they get education. We need to make sure our teachers are paid way more than they are. They have to deal with some shit. Teachers being paid what they are is part of the reason why the youth is fucked. Because there's no control over the classroom. There's no control over this youth. I love peppermint lad favor. So, anyway, Shasta for president. Yeah. I would focus on any exported goods would be overseen by the government, overseen by the state that they were in, the state government, not the federal government, and everybody in that state gets a nice little chunk of the exportation of the goods. Tear it the fuck out of all of our shit. Man, South America, one giant continent. Vote for Shasta.